Share the link. Welcome.
What up?
June 9th. Okay.
Let me share this out right now. What up?
June 9th. Okay. All right. I just need to take off certain things. All right. Okay. I just need to take off certain things. All right, mute that, dude.
I know.
All right, let me just find the intro real quick and we're at it. All right. Let's get it. Yo,
what do you do, Slackers? Good, guys. It's your boy Strizzy in the building. What's episode 41? Episode 41?
Already.
Man, we're moving along, guys. As always, we got a little strong lineup for you guys. We are going to miss the lady of the show. She's going to be missing in action today. Maarcus will be pulling up. But with that, as always, you know what I'm saying, it's the Strizzy and AW show. So my co-host, AW, how you doing, fam?
Man, I'm feeling good. Yeah, like you said, we'll definitely miss Myra today. And I was going to tell you, I'm going to need you to step up the sexiness, the sex appeal today. You're going to have to fill in for her with that. But yeah, Maarcus will come along to help us out too in a minute. So, but for now, yeah, it's me and you, just like the original days, man, just like back in the good old days. So
back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Me and my boy.
Back to standing in the work parking lot, basically how we used to really do. So
pretty much, man, pretty much.
So
all right, man.
There was one thing, yeah. So we usually do our cleanups of the week. There was one thing that I know we had to clean up, but I can't remember what it was. I went back and listened to the show. Oh, you got okay. Go for it.
I got to clean up too. So last week I said about
what's up, Trevor?
Kyrie and KD playing in the Nets. If they play, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have a really good chance at making it all the way, but it's not going to happen. They basically both came out and said that neither one of them is playing this season for the playoffs. They're both just going to hold out and just wait until next season. So one of my cleanups, you know what I'm saying, I was pretty sure that they were going to play. Like, I don't know why. Just something told me like they had plenty of time to recover. And but no, man, they're both going to sit out. So
I think that's probably for the best, honestly. Yeah. Just because we don't really know exactly what it's going to look like. I do think the NBA will face some challenges, perhaps, along the way that might, it might be wise for them to just sit out and just get ready next year and be fresh. So, I'm interested to see though, like a player like Boogie Cousins, like, is he going to come back and try to sign? Cause he's, supposedly getting healthy in that too, but he, the Lakers did release him when they brought on, Dion Waiters. So,
right.
So it's like, I wonder, is he going to try to, get on a team? And I wonder, are they going to have different rules for the NBA rosters? Like, are they going to be able to expand their rosters? Or let's say, hopefully not, but let's say somebody gets sick during, the first or second round of the playoffs, or maybe 2 or 3 players from your team get sick. Are you going to be able to make moves and stuff like that? So
I feel like they got to, man. They have to, right? I mean, obviously it's not up to me or you or I, but I just feel like, a lot of things can happen in this midst of time, and
right.
If they're not going to expand, if they're not going to allow them to expand the rosters, then I think they at least need to be able to go out and sign some people if players get sick during the playoffs.
Yeah, do whatever transactions they got to do or whatever.
Exactly. But yeah, I'd be surprised if Boogie wasn't on somebody's roster if they allow it. You know what I mean? Because I don't.
And if he's healthy too, like if he's ready to go.
True.
But he can help somebody out, man.
He can help all of them out. All teams that are in the playoffs right now, he'd be able to help them out 100%.
Yeah, I love me some Boogie for sure. So, all right. So I think that was the only cleanup. There might be something else. I got to listen to last week's episode again. I thought there was something we were going to look up, but maybe we already looked it up. I can't remember. But anyways, with that, we'll just jump into NFL talk. We've got a few topics for NFL talk. One being Dalvin Cook. He's planning to hold out. And I just want to know your thoughts on this. Do you think it's going to work out in his favor? We've seen mixed reviews with the holdout. Ezekiel Elliott, it kind of worked for him. Melvin Gordon went down in flames for him. So what do you think of this situation?
That's crazy, man. To me, this is a good and bad, right? So with running backs, me and you always talk about this. Running backs are a dime a dozen, right? Every college uses like 2 to 3. And some of them, they'll go with like one primary back, but you can get a pretty decent back in a draft. So running backs still aren't being paid like the quarterbacks and some of the other big positions in the league. But for me, with Dalvin Cook, on the positive side, he's not looking for Ezekiel Elliott or Christian McCaffrey type money. He wants to get paid. What was the words he used? I think you mentioned it earlier.
He said like third. I don't know. I thought he was just in the 13 range, but it wasn't. I can't remember what player he compared it to.
Right, but so that's like the positive side, right? You look at Dalvin Cook and it's like, well, you have the knee issues, you have the ACL issues, you have yet to finish a season. So from a business standpoint, they're going to be looking at it like, we're not going to pay you probably what you're looking for, or not what you're looking for, but we're not going to give you the top tier or reset the market with your contract. Right. But on the positive side, plus side, he's not looking for that either. He's just looking for some stability.
He wants that guaranteed money.
Exactly. So I think they'll be able to get something done. They did give a lot of money, right? I agree, Trevor. Dalvin Cook is Melvin Gordon 2.0. But he is a beast, though, man. Like he did a lot for them last year. I think he had 13 total touchdowns, and that was him missing a couple of games last season too. So, but he had a pretty beastly season.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't know if he has the most leverage in the world, but he is darn good. But yeah, based on those consistency issues, like you talked about, the injury issues, he's had 1,000-yard season, in these first 3 years. So it is kind of tough to make that play. Plus, I think his backups have done well. Murray a couple years ago did well. So did
Madison
right? This year, from Boise State. Like I like him too. So they it seems like they've always had a good running game, but obviously he makes it better, and obviously he's legit. But if he does come in and just say, I want something reasonable, but I just want to lock it down, that's cool. But I think he still has 2 years on his contract. So they could say, hey, I don't know. They could play kind of hardball. And especially with the climate we're in with COVID and the cap could go down next year. There's a lot of things at play. So this might not be the right time for him to do that. But
I agree with you on that.
But he did say reasonable. He said the word reasonable in part of his thing. So.
And they just lost Stephon Diggs, so that contract's off their books too. So they might end Everson Griffin. I think he's no longer with them too, right?
Well, yeah, he hasn't re-signed anywhere. I don't think he's signed anywhere yet.
Right.
And he's another one of those DNs out there like Jadeveon Clowney that are just kind of floating out there, looking for too much, but haven't settled for less. So
So they could pick him up. They could give him the money to
make it work.
13 million might, if he can stay healthy, 13 million for him might actually be a discount. But I'm with you, man. 2 more years on your rookie contract. Yeah, 2 more years on your rookie contract. Like right now, it's in the franchise's court. Like they kind of got you right now. And if you don't want to play, that offensive line's been solid, and Madison's ready to step up. So be careful, man. You got to be careful. Like if you don't have a lot of leverage going in, you might want to be a little bit careful on that. Yeah. Don't miss on them game checks.
Right. All right. Well, real quick before we move along in this NFL talk, we got to bring in the man, the myth, the legend. It's the super
too much,
Maarcus.
What's up, my G?
What's up, man? Sorry I'm late.
Hey, no worries, dog. Everything good though?
See you out there, grinding.
Yeah.
Oh, you're at the home base now, the sneaker bunker. Today.
It took me so long. I had to run all the way down here, man, set everything up. So
no, I'm glad you're home safe and everything like that. Even though is curfew over? I didn't know.
I just found out today. I think it's over. It's over. Yesterday I think it was the last day.
Yes, sir.
So
that's good.
We're gonna go outside again. We're not grounded no more.
I'm still gonna be a little grounded just in case.
Never know.
Oh yeah, got to be.
Oh, so okay. Well, welcome along though. Everything else going okay with you though? You're doing well.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Doing good.
So yeah, we were just talking a little bit NFL. Todd Gurley passed his physical finally. He finally got that Southwest want to get away fare and made it down to Atlanta. So that was cool. Even though I don't know if there was too much of a doubt, but I guess it's just the next step so he can move forward with that. Get that over the way.
Right.
The other thing is Roger Goodell's statement. Yeah, if you want to talk about that a little bit, he did come out and basically say that the NFL was wrong for not listening to the players before, and he didn't say specifically what players he was talking about, but obviously it was in reference to what happened and what was started with Colin Kaepernick and everything like that.
Very surprising. Very surprising. He said that. I was like, wow. So
he's trying to make all the right moves, and I will say the draft being at home and stuff, and how he took the jacket off, and then he was like in the shirt and he was in his pajamas and all that. It did kind of humanize him a little bit. I've been very hard on Roger Goodell. I try to give him a break sometimes. This, I'm trying not to be cynical. I'm not trying to say it's like totally phony, but it's interesting,
Yeah,
I'll be the bad guy. I think it's phony as a mug. I'll be the cynical one on this one. I'll take the devil's advocate, I guess you could say. I don't know. Like I am with you though. I do try to give Goodell the benefit of the doubt sometimes because he is trying to run a business and he's trying to police everybody. He's trying to police the fans and players and owners and all that fun stuff. So I give him kind of the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that. My problem though is that they tried so hard in a sense to back the owners and the president in a sense when Cap was kneeling for injustice and police brutality and. You know what I mean? When we were trying to make it about, those topics and others were trying to make it about disrespecting the flag and the military and stuff like just something that it just wasn't about, was never about. You know what I mean? Like we could have used that speech then. You know what I mean? I can't remember which player said it, but it was obviously an African-American player. And he had said that African-Americans or African-American players can stand up and voice their concerns and do all that stuff all they want to. But it's going to take the white franchise players to really kind of help get us over that hump. We need the Aaron Rodgerses, we need the Tom Brady's, we need the Drew Breeses of the world to come out and kind of stand up. And Roger Goodell falls in that same category to me. And the thing that kind of sucked most is, you never really know how true some of these things are, but an executive came out and said that the only reason why he came out with that statement is because he saw that Patrick Mahomes was in that Black Lives Matter video that the players had put up. And, Patrick Mahomes right now was looking basically to replace Tom Brady as like the face of the NFL. And, if that's true, that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like that sucks. It kind of sucks that the only reason why you felt that you needed to make that statement was because your new poster child
cares.
Yeah, exactly, cares or is
speaking out or whatever.
Exactly. So I don't know.
I think it's a start though. Like I see what you're saying, but for him even doing that, that's a big start because a year ago it wasn't even close to being that. So yeah. I'll take it though, because honestly I was kind of thinking about not watching this year. I was like, man, this is too much going on but for him to do that, like I said, as a start, even though it could be phony, he still did it, as the commissioner. Yeah. And like I say, he has a bad name out there. So I think at one point, I think he's getting tired of getting booed and all that kind of stuff, and people think he's a bad guy. So this is like a perfect time to kind of change that narrative right now, like without getting booed and being there for it. So I think at the end of the day, he's a smart dude. He's a lawyer, so he's not dumb. So at the end of the day, I think he knows this is probably the perfect time to get out there and do something. So like I said, he didn't have to do it. He could have done a written statement, but he said it with his own mouth. So for me, I give him credit for that, and I'm with him with that. So we'll see what goes from here. So I know people say he didn't say, and people say he didn't say Cap name and everything, but I don't think he had to. I think what he said, he said what I have to say. And then the thing is, you got to think about it too. It's another video with certain players saying the same thing he's saying. So it's like a script, pretty much what he said. So he said it first, like the whole thing, and then you had different players saying the same thing he said before. So I think he had to say it. I don't think it was a Patrick Mahomes thing. I think it's a lot of. He even said in his thing is that NFL wouldn't be NFL without black players. So think about it. If the black players stop playing or doing something like that, I think he knows what's going to happen with that. I think some players were like, hey, I ain't playing this year or something going to happen. So he got to step up and do it. So at the end of the day, I appreciate what he did. And we'll see where it goes from here, though. So we'll see.
Yeah. To piggyback off that too, I've been hearing a lot of people say that he's trying to, like you said, he's tired of being booed. I think that's actually true. Like I think that he is trying to change his image. Because who knows? I'm not really sure how much longer Roger Goodell is going to be around.
I just thinking the same thing. Yeah.
He makes a lot of money. He got a good job.
He's made a lot of money. You know what I mean? So like he's good, man. He's set. And I think he wants to change his own narrative. I think that when he does eventually go out and we end up getting a new commissioner for the NFL, I think he wants to go out on a positive note, not someone who was hated. So I do agree with you on that. It's just kind of like you said, like I do agree with you, like, you know, it's about time, like finally, you know what I mean? Because so many people, whether it's been, you know, the sports analysts, the players, we've all been saying like, dude, like 80% of this league is African American. You know what I mean? Like if you ain't gonna stand behind us, you have no product.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like I do agree with you in that aspect. It just kind of, I don't know. For me, I'm like on the fence. It's like I want him to. I wish it would have came earlier. I guess I'm still on that part of the side where it's like I wish like the Black Lives Matter movement didn't have to start this stuff. I wish it would have been prior, but I'm all about progress, you know what I'm saying? And if that's what it takes to progress, then that's what's going to take to progress.
And not to get on the Drew Brees thing, I think with Drew Brees, what he did too kind of pushed him to hurry up and do something too, because Drew Brees didn't help the whole NFL thing either. And you had the coach came out and said something about it too, so he was like, "Oh shoot, I got to do something." So it was a lot of stuff going on in the NFL. So I think he had to step up and do it, man. So
right,
yeah.
All right, cool.
We excited for some football though, man. So
exactly. Yeah, so let's move on to a lighter note though. I did want to ask real quick. I didn't want to take too much longer on NFL talk, but since there's not a ton of going on, I did want to ask, who do you guys think is going to be the best NFL offense looking forward to 2020? Like, what do you guys think early stages? Who has the chance to be the best offense in the NFL?
Well, NFC, I'm not biased, but I think the Cowboys gonna have a nice one.
See, I'm trying not to think that too, but I'm thinking that too.
It's just so many weapons, nice. So I think it's gonna be that, and then I say AFC is gonna be the Chiefs, of course. They added pieces like we added pieces like rookies. They gonna come play right away. So that's a two team I think is gonna be kind of doing well, you know.
Yeah, if the Chiefs get that running game going and have another, you know, type of weapon back out of the backfield like they drafted the kid from LSU, that's going to be pretty nasty. I mean,
yeah, man, it's going to be pretty good.
But I don't see a lot of other challenges other than I'm hearing one, though. I got to put this up there. Shout out David, Baltimore.
They there too. Hey, they right behind the Chiefs. They picked up a good running back too, so they're gonna have a run game and they're gonna have passing game. So
it's gonna be interesting to see if teams catch up a little bit to what they were doing. But we saw what happened last year, and you know they kept it rolling. So they were really scary.
I'd rather Baltimore than Chiefs, honestly. So hopefully Baltimore does do it. I like to see that something different. I've been watching Hollywood Brown's some of his workout videos.
Yeah, he looks nice.
He's healthy, man. He looks fast. He's working on routes with Antonio Brown.
He looks confident too.
Yeah, and
when you got confidence, that's a different thing, man.
Different.
So
yeah,
and he's not just working out with any quarterback, man. He's working out with his quarterback, and for me, like that's always the biggest thing. Like you see a lot of receivers working out with, like Antonio Brown used to work out with Cam. Like he never worked out with Ben. He always worked out with Cam. But I'm like, when you see your receivers working out with their quarterback, that's something you want. That's something you definitely want to see. Like that creates that chemistry and timing. Because everything to me.
Do you think Lamar Jackson can repeat as MVP potentially, or do you think he's gonna?
Definitely, I don't think he'll be setting records like he did this year because people gonna pick up certain things. But I think he's that good. Like I ain't gonna lie, I didn't give him props when he first came in the league. I'm like he's gonna be okay, but the way he played, I think he can do it again. But I don't think it'll be the same number. That's kind of hard to do those numbers again.
I'm not gonna surprise anybody this time. But
MVP status, well, yeah, I think he definitely can do that.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be tough, It'll be tough, but the thing is, too, we get wrapped up in the narrative. We get wrapped up in the story. So sometimes people don't like to see a repeat. It doesn't happen, especially in the NFL, very often. But we'll see. Again, David, let's see. If the Lakers can win the title for Kobe, Baltimore can win the Super Bowl for BLM. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
That would be dope.
I think we're going to talk about the basketball later on. I give you my opinion on that, but I don't want to do too much right now.
Okay, well.
We'll get to it. Yo, actually, while we're still on football a little bit, I didn't really get to see the whole thing. Maybe what you guys did. Did you guys see what happened with Dabo Swinney?
Yeah.
He's what happened? He's in. What? I guess in 2017, one of the coaches said the N-word, which he didn't say it, like he didn't come out and say it, but I guess another player would say it, so he kind of said the same thing too, instead of saying the N-word, but he actually said it. So Dabo Swinney was, I think, and AW might have more on it, but I watched Skip and Shannon today, and he was saying, like, I guess it wasn't that big of a deal, I guess what it was. So and instead of just coming out and saying like the right stuff, he just, I guess, was too honest. So that, and I think something else happened too. I don't know how it came to, but something else happened where he was saying, you guys have like Michael Jordan, you guys have this, like the black people are doing well, something like that. So he kind of came to that too. So that was some things, I don't know the full thing, but I just think he shouldn't have said something. He shouldn't have been too honest, I guess. Or what happened?
Yeah, I heard he's taking a lot of heat right now, man. Like a lot of heat from the things that he had said.
Yeah.
I didn't look at all of it. And I was looking for it earlier, but I couldn't find anything. I wanted to bring it up, see if you guys heard about it. But
so yeah, I mean, basically what Maarcus said, you know, he was tone deaf in a few of his comments. What's up, Myra? What's up, Myra? We missed you. She's out there working. She's got some graduation duties and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? She's helping the children who are our future. So we appreciate you, Myra. But
shows a little less pretty.
Yeah, a lot less pretty.
Right.
I made it worse coming on here.
No, you know that I tried to tell Strizzy earlier. I was like, I'm gonna need you to step it up for me, dog. Show them guns or something, you know, because
yeah, he ain't showing nothing today. Like he just.
Nah, dog, I got the Hancock beanie on. Maarcus is the cleanest one up right now. He got the clean braids going right.
Maarcus is super fresh all the time. He try to play a low key.
Got the shoes at the back, like he's legit.
I take the guns any day. Shoot, I never wear a shirt.
I never wear a shirt.
Oh man, but yeah, shout out Myra. But no, so Dabo Swinney thing. I mean, he did make some comments that were kind of not the best, and then also with the whole situation with the players, I guess what happened was he said, I blocked the wrong N-word. The player said that to his teammate, and I guess the coach ran over and repeated the phrase and said, is that what you just said? And he said, we don't say, and then he said it again, you know, but saying the whole thing. Yeah, and I guess the problem, some of the players had is that happened kind of in front of the whole team, even though this was the tight ends coach. And later on, after the coach had calmed down, he apologized, but he only apologized to his tight end group, which is like 3 players
instead of the whole team.
Instead of the whole team. And then there was also one other thing that was kind of interesting was basically I guess some of the players were going to do a sit-in. There was like a sit-in that was happening on campus. And the players said that they felt like he discouraged them from doing it. Like going and being part of this like peaceful protest that was like a sit-in that was happening back then. And he said basically he didn't want it to be a distraction to the team, but this was like over the summer where it was like months before the season started. So just some different interesting things coming out about that. It's hard to tell what's going on with that, but even our new friend out here in Arizona, the wide receiver, even he had some comments about his time at Clemson too.
Him, not just him, man. Also Watson too. So Watson, the quarterback of the Texans, they both actually are basically saying Hawkins is basically saying the reason why at the beginning of games when he
doesn't say his team,
he doesn't say Clemson because of the racist background of one of their memorials who was basically pro-slavery. So they're trying to get that removed. Yeah, some things moved out of Clemson. So him and Watson both are trying to get that fixed and straightened out. So you know what I mean? A lot of these colleges were founded on some
Confederacy.
We're talking about 1800s. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, dude. For sure.
It's deep South.
For sure, man. So, it's one of those things where, like, if we're trying to progress and get away from that particular time, which we should be, some of these halls and some of these buildings, their names need to be changed, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But the thing is, man, people been saying it's really happening. Like, change is coming, dude. Like, some of this stuff, it's really starting to happen, man. So not to get too deep in it, but I'm just like you're saying, the names and things, it's about to start changing, man. Like, it's about to go to another level, man.
These monuments being taken down, Confederate stuff being taken down. We're seeing that in some. I think it was New York. Confederate flags are no longer are allowed to be like, you can't have them on your vehicles. You can't have them on like anywhere except for maybe like your home. If you want to keep it at your home, nothing they can do about that. But because you can't have them around no more, which is great, man.
The younger generation, man, they might not know how powerful they are, but they're real powerful because those older people who started that stuff, they're dead and gone. Yeah. So now these young people coming up, like, they ain't having this, man. So this younger generation, man, not that we old, but they're making their statements known, man. So it's happening.
We get to choose,
and it's all races, not just one race. So when they come together, man, they are very powerful, man. We're just seeing it. Like I said, I think a big change is going to happen, and I think it's needed right now too. So
for sure,
it's good stuff.
Yeah, and one other thing I want to use as a segue, I guess, to our other sports talk, and one thing I wanted to bring up today, with Strizzy, when you were talking about some of the things being removed, I got to give a shout out to my boy real quick, and I brought my little toy with me. Bubba Wallace Jr.
Yes, dude, I saw that too.
What happened?
This is my dog.
NASCAR, I saw that. I love it.
What happened with that?
So he actually, my dad and I were watching the race on Sunday, and he made some statements. He had a chat with them before the race, and he made some really different things about being part of change and being time for change, and also he shared a text message that he received from his mother. Bubba Wallace is biracial, the same way I am. And his mother is white, the same as mine. And he actually shared a text message he got from his mother. And I had gotten a similar text message from my mother, and it really broke me down. Honestly, I'm trying not to. It really was some personal things, and I appreciate him sharing that. And then he's gone on to talk about now, wanting to take away the Confederate flags that are at all the NASCAR events and things like that. And me growing up the way I did, and a lot of us, y'all just like me as far as like seeing people on TV and rooting for the brother. Like, that's how I always was as a kid. Mm-hmm. That's part of the reason why I've always rooted for Bubba Wallace. He's the only black NASCAR driver, and I like NASCAR, but even like wrestling, it was always like Booker T, or it was like, certain, it was only like, we always only had a handful of people to look at, out of the few. Or even like Power Rangers, we had the Black Ranger. That was our guy, because you had to root for him, Exactly. And whether that's right or wrong, that's just kind of how it's been. And I really appreciated him sharing what he had to say. And even in NASCAR, when NASCAR is taking a stand, it's some change. Everybody's taking a stand right now.
That's really big.
I really appreciated his words, though. I really,
I'm gonna go back and look at that because I didn't realize seeing your emotion, man. That kind of touched me because I never knew NASCAR even had a black driver. So I learned something today. So I'm gonna check him out, man, and do that, man. So that's really big, man.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was really cool for me, and I was just like, dang, But my dad and I are sitting there watching the race, just happy for some live sports, and that really touched me, man. So I appreciate him for that, for sure.
Did they have like people in the stands, or just still like nobody there?
No, still nobody in the stands.
Was it a major race or just like a
major one? And right now, NASCAR they got their foot on the gas, so to speak. Excuse my pun, but they're doing races every Sunday and every Wednesday night too. They're basically trying to make up for lost time instead of doing one major race on the weekend. And the way they're kind of changing that too is they're not doing like practice. They usually are at the track all week. They run their qualifying rounds. They run their practice. They get their cars tuned in. Now they're just going in on Sunday and just racing all out. And it's pretty exciting. It's pretty cool, man. So I've always kind of liked NASCAR. I know I went to some NASCAR events, and I wasn't the only brother there, but it is different. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the most, representation there, but NASCAR is cool, man.
So, I think I'm gonna check it out. It's like baseball for me. I don't like to watch it on TV, but I go live and watch it. So
when they come back, we can go. They give you the little tablet, and then you get the little headphones for the noise, and you plug in.
Is that the thing by Wild Horse? Is that where we go? Is that where is that the major here?
It's out. No,
my White Horse Pass. That's not that one. You know what I'm talking about though. It's a racetrack right there.
PIR. That's PIR. They do a lot of drag racing there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Usually right by me actually on Goodyear.
It's way out there.
Yeah, it's way by me.
It's a nice racetrack.
It's super close to me actually. I'm like right there.
Yeah, it's a nice racetrack.
I want to check it out, man. I want to do something like that. So that one, like the major guys coming out and race too, like the guy you talking about.
So they do like a truck race usually, like on Friday. They'll do like a Nextel race on Saturday, which is like the lower division. It's like the amateur racers, and then on Sunday is the best drivers, like all the main drivers. So
yeah, I got a question too. Would you guys if you had opportunity to do one lap? Would you do it? Like drive that fast?
I want to try it. They have like a Richard Petty driving experience or whatever for a couple hundred. I don't know if it's a couple $100 or what, but I always wanted to do that. I want to try, man. I would love that.
That's scary, dude. How fast do they really go? Like 120 or more?
No, like 180, like up to 200, 206.
200, yeah.
It depends on the track, but yeah, when they get out on the straightaways, especially like Daytona 500, it's a big track, dude. They get to going, man. They're driving fast, and they're within inches, like they're just out there, man. It's really cool.
Trevor said he'll take a lap. Nah, that's no. So Trevor, would you do 200 too? And AW, would you do 200?
No, I'd have to work my way up to it. I would want like 15 laps, and I'd be going slow and just a little bit faster and see how fast I could go. But I'd probably chicken out at like 150, 160.
Dang, 200.
But those tracks are made to go, man. Like, I don't know.
I would do 200 with somebody else driving, just as a passenger.
Ride with them?
Yeah. But I'm with you. I don't think I myself could be in control of a car going 200 miles per hour. That's fast. That's fast.
I think if I wouldn't have seen Dale Earnhardt the way he passed away, if I wouldn't have seen that, I probably would have. But seeing that, I was like, nah.
I mean, and it's kind of so weird for me to say, like, he had to have gone out the way he kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was the Daytona 500, like the last lap, like crazy, man.
Did he pass on the track or at the hospital?
Well, they took him to the hospital, and I don't think he was pronounced dead till later. But I honestly, I'm not sure when when it happened. I don't know if when they got to the car, if he was still alive or not. I'm not sure.
That's still tough, man. And I wasn't a big race guy, but when I seen that, it messed me up. I was like, not Dale Earnhardt. Like he was NASCAR to me.
Right. The Intimidator, like
it's the look of him, like he was the guy, and for him to go out like for that, man, that's.
Trevor says he'd absolutely do 200. Been 150 with the dad.
What 50 more? What are you talking about, Trevor?
That's the whole 25% more.
Him and his pops built Camaro from like the ground up. It's beautiful car, man. It's a nice ass car.
And I gotta apologize to Trevor too, man. He had texted me about some stuff that we were talking about, and I ain't texting for like 2 days, man. But I know on my phone, you have your normal people, you have on senders. I ain't know my phone did. It's not unknown. It'll go to another box. So he was in the unknown for a couple of days. And that's cool, man. I'm like, I'm sorry, Trevor, man. Do you like that? I mean, dude, does Trevor live in AZ?
Yeah, he's a. I want to give his address.
This whole time, I'm thinking he stays in San Diego.
No, he just loves San Diego.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's from San Diego. He's from out there.
That's crazy. This whole time, I thought he lived in San Diego this whole time.
Well, he's gonna come to the Tiger Woods event. He's golfing for me at the studio.
So we definitely got to come to the studio and we got to do it soon and have him there. Like I didn't know that. All right, so he's coming to Papa Those then, man.
Yeah. We got to make that happen soon. We got to make sure we have a reservation.
If that's okay with Jamie,
tables all around us, you know.
Jamie, can he come? Jamie, can he come with us, please? Can he come to Papa Those?
Oh man,
that's dope. I didn't know that, man. Come on, man.
Speaking of Trevor, he's our Mr. Baseball kind of guy too. The MLB draft is tomorrow and Thursday. That's other sports talk too. Even though, honestly, it's like one of the least exciting drafts of all sports because they have so many rounds. But this year they're actually cutting it down to only 5 rounds, and then everybody else that goes undrafted, they're basically free game.
Pretty much.
So, this kid from ASU, actually a first baseman from ASU, is supposed to be projected as the number 1 pick.
Wow.
And also I think his name is Spencer something. And then also there's a kid from Georgia, a right-handed pitcher from Georgia, who's like projected top 5. So we'll see. I'll check to see who my Kansas City Royals get, but it's so hard in the MLB draft. Like it takes forever to get these players like up to the big leagues, you know. So
exactly.
I didn't know either, man.
Might not see the majors until
a couple years down the road, if they even make it.
Exactly.
I didn't realize how big. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it. But I didn't realize how big the baseball was because when watching the documentary The Last Dance by Michael Jordan, how he had to go up. I didn't know. I thought it was like the minor leagues, then the major leagues, like college, minor, then major. But it's not like that. I thought because Bryce Harper and the other guy, what's the other guy that came with him?
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout. I thought you have to play like that all the time. Just go from like to high school baseball.
So rare.
But I didn't know it was so many levels you got to go to get to the top level. I'm like, now I give more respect to baseball now. I always thought it was college, minor leagues, and then the major leagues.
Right.
I didn't know you had to go through like certain classes and all that to get to the majors. I'm like, man,
it's because baseball is so hard. Like it's such a hard, and you need so much time to really hone your craft. And even the best players, like they fail most of the time. Like that's just how it is. So yeah, you got to go through single, double, triple A. A lot of teams have like 4 players underneath them.
So Bryce Harper and Trout, those like one of the lifetime kind of guys. Then they go straight from high school?
Sort of, but they still went and they still played at other teams. They still played.
They didn't come straight.
Ball. Right.
They didn't come straight to the majors.
No, and I'll tell you one thing that's kind of weird about baseball. They have a lot of rules about their contracts and stuff like that. You're good. They basically
check them ribs out.
Yeah, he's got to go check on his ribs. Oh, Strizzy always cooking. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. A lot of times too, basically, if you wait a certain time, like so sometimes even if they know like, okay, this player is gonna make it to the bigs this year, if they wait and they like don't bring him up until like a certain date into the season, they can bring him up for the rest of that year, and then that doesn't count as his first year in the majors until next year. Okay. So they kind of play games sometimes where they know a player's going to make it to the majors, but they won't bring them up until a certain time so that they can control them for more years, or there's like an extra year until they get to arbitration. And baseball, it's really weird, man. It's kind of crazy, but it's tough to get up to the majors and to get that big money. But once you get up there and you're like an established guy, that's when they really do start making a lot of money and living the life. But at the lower leagues, you're riding a bus. You're making $35 a year, maybe.
Dang. Hey, how them ribs? They tender?
Everything looking good in the crock pot?
Oh, man, these dogs, my dogs are barking like crazy in the background, like somebody done broke in or something. I'm like, yo, chill out.
Oh, man.
I thought you had the ribs on again, man. I'm just checking.
Yeah, it sounds good, actually. I have to go buy some more and put some on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Okay, last thing for other sports talk. Now, I know this is kind of it's speculation, and it hasn't even been too much speculation yet, but Tyson says he wants to fight. Holyfield kind of said a couple things. Would you want to see Tyson versus Holyfield?
Yeah.
Me neither. I'm with Maarcus. Maarcus is shaking his head. Maarcus, what do you think? And then Strizzy, you go.
You gonna see? It's gonna be like your old uncles out there drunk, trying to fight. After that second round, they both gonna be gassed. Don't do that to yourself. No, don't do that. Because Tyson didn't go out well when he went out as a pro. So don't do it again, Tyson. Even though you look good at the sparring you're doing, when you get in that ring, it's a totally different thing. Don't embarrass yourself, man. I don't want to see that.
It's funny because it's funny to say that because you're right. He didn't necessarily go out, I'm sure, the way he wanted to go out. Like it wasn't pretty when he went out. Talking about Tyson. But I think the reason why I'd want to see it is just because like Mike Tyson's probably one of my all-time like greatest fighters like ever. Yeah. He's definitely one of my he was a monster in the ring, man. Like so like for me, it's just one of those things where like I think it'd be fun to see. Like it wouldn't be something I'd be watching like a Mayweather type fight or something like that. I just think it'd be fun to see like him and Holyfield going at each other. And it probably for charity, like it wouldn't be for anything crazy, but I think
if it's for charity, then that's different. But if it's gonna be one of them like coming to the stage like a real fight, I'm not even paying for that. I'll wait to see what happens after. But I know Tyson won because he want to get revenge. He ain't slick because he look good. He knows Holyfield probably looking old.
That's
so,
my thing.
Revenge.
Well,
Holyfield,
the media gassed him, so he was trying to fight right now. Everybody gassed him up.
But for me, Holyfield, I don't know. Holyfield, I saw him at a bunch of Georgia games, and he doesn't look like he's as sharp at this stage as Mike Tyson. Even though I love Holyfield, but I don't want to see him fight again.
No.
All right, David says people that want to fight again are the same people who post only 90 kids remember me.
Yeah. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Hashtag 90 babies.
Right.
Even though Tyson does look good right now, but I'm cool. Mm-hmm. I really love Tyson, and that Holyfield both fights, I want to see Tyson win those, and he lost both of them. It was heartbreaking. So I don't want to see no more because you never know. Holyfield might sneak him again and get him again. And what you gonna do then?
Bite the other ear.
You disappear. You just go away.
Bite the other ear. You know what I'm saying? All right. Oh man. Yeah, I don't think so either though. But all right, so let's move to NBA talk. I mean, one of the things I guess I wanted to just talk about in general is, do we have any concerns with the NBA's plan to come back, and what are we kind of feeling about it? But Maarcus, you said you had some comments earlier for NBA talk, so.
No, yeah, I had, because he had posted something about the Lakers, but also you sent a diagram earlier to the group chat how you get checked for the corona thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because Myra got checked, or who got? Myra got checked.
Oh, I thought you had posted. So Myra posted that.
Yeah, Myra.
So every player really have to do that test. Daily. That's how you gonna get checked. So some people ain't gonna do that. So the big time people, I ain't doing that. So everybody not gonna do that test. So
they might have a different. Do they have a different test than that now? I don't know.
They do. They have
maybe they have a more special test.
Oh, they do. Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm not trying to find my camera. Yeah, they got 3 different tests now.
So they got the long up the nose thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what Myra had to endure.
I think it's like another throat swab too, I think, as well. But it's not, I guess it's not as accurate as the nose one. I guess that's the most accurate or whatever.
Is that overkill, testing them daily? Is that too much, or?
Well, not really. I'm pretty sure they talked about that when we come back, y'all. You're gonna get tested every day. So to me, it keep y'all safe though, because you don't want to have another Gobert thing happen again. So right. You're already pushing it by playing late. So I think.
Yeah, Jamie got the brain swabs. Jamie, I've heard that's really bad.
Man, it has to hurt.
That's what Myra did
is
too.
This long, man. So I'm pretty sure the player's not doing that. I bet none of those players doing that. But what I was gonna say about the thing, I think the NBA come back. I think it's gonna be cool. I think we talked about it last week about the actress body and everything. I don't think that's gonna happen. I heard a podcast with Chris Paul about it, and he said they had like a group of guys talking about that, and he's saying it's gonna be they all decided and agreed that it's gonna be one of the biggest championship this you ever can get during this time. He said the amount of focus you're gonna have to have, no fans there, how you got to be really on your P's and Q's. So he was saying it's gonna be a star by it, not an asterisk. He said whoever wins it, it's gonna be real big for everybody else. So and it also came out that KD's not gonna come back. So we
we talked about that. So my boy Rusty. So I was telling you guys, 2 of my friends had just gotten tested today or yesterday because some of their coworkers had tested positive. So him and my boy JR, they actually got tested yesterday.
That pool when they walk in your nose, that's the worst feeling too.
We got our thoughts out to you for a negative test. Hopefully everything comes back safe.
Yeah, man, straight up. So yeah, I was saying KD not coming back. So the East is back to me, the Bucks and Celtics. But I really think this is the Lakers' time to go ahead and take that, man. Like at first, I was kind of nervous about the Lakers. I was like, I don't know if Clippers might do it, but I think how everything went and coming back, I think the motivation of the Lakers and LeBron, he has some rest, and that's dangerous to give him some more rest. So him having rest and him still working out and doing his thing, I still think it's gonna be Lakers and the Rockets, man. I think those 2 teams are gonna be in the Western Conference.
So you think the small ball is gonna work against?
I think because they're gonna be. I think they in shape, and James Harden being that small. Just imagine this dude's already killing. He got smaller, so he's gonna be a little quicker. Because the step back is already lethal.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the step back and blow by now? I just think that's gonna be. I don't think they need that big guy really. So I still pick the Lakers gonna be big enough to beat them in the worst conference. But to get there, the Clippers not that big to me either. So I just think they're gonna have a shot to go. And I just think it's this situation. You're gonna have to be focused and you have a lot of grit. And I think Westbrook gonna balance it out with James Harden doing everything else. So and I just think I don't trust the Clippers right now having that much time off, not being together like that.
They still didn't have time to gel right.
Yeah, I don't think it's been because Russ and Harden are best friends. They played together before, so I think that's gonna sell quicker. But I just think the Lakers. I feel confident. I really feel confident the Lakers gonna go ahead and take it, man. So that's all I was gonna say about that.
I like your confidence for sure.
Yeah,
I know you do, right? It's crazy, man. The West. Those top 3 teams, top 4 teams in the West are pretty loaded. It can almost go either way. Obviously, the Lakers, in my opinion, have the best player in the world still. It's still LeBron James, in my opinion. He's the best overall player. Giving LeBron rest is dangerous because he averages so many minutes in the regular season. The problem is the Lakers plus minus when he's not on the floor. And I think that's going to be their biggest issue, the biggest concern is the Clippers' biggest upside is their depth. You know what I mean? SpaceX man lost last week. But with the Rockets, it's crazy because you already know how I felt about Russ. Russ is one of my favorite players in the league, hands down, period. Always has been. Like, dude's a monster, he's an animal. Like, people who are watching right now, who are my friends, can vouch for me on that. Like, Russ is my guy. Mm-hmm. But I'm still not 100% I'm not 100% on how I feel about the small ball yet during the playoffs. Hasn't worked before, but who knows? I guess my biggest concern is D'Antoni. I don't have a lot of faith in D'Antoni.
This is his last chance.
It definitely is. That's where my faith runs a little dry. So I have all the faith in the world in Harden and Russ. It's just not D'Antoni. But if like we said in the beginning, if the Lakers are going to win it, it's going to be this year. If they don't win this year, I don't think it happens. But the Clippers are so deep that's what's going to keep them healthy and keep their minutes low. You know what I mean? Like, we already know Kawhi's not playing a full season. He takes a ton of games off, and then he's had the last 2.5 months off, plus the whole month of June and all of July because it's the end of July, right? So it's really going to depend on how he looks. Playoff Kawhi is nice. I think at the end of the day, it's really going to turn out with Paul George, how he plays and how far they go. So if he's not playing well, they're not going to beat the Lakers. But if Paul George is playing well, like the way he played against LeBron when he was at Miami, in my opinion, LeBron's best years.
But too bad it's not going to happen.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Okay. Answer Trevor's question real quick. When the Rockets blow it again this year, is it Harden's fault now or Westbrook?
D'Antoni.
Yeah, D'Antoni.
That's who's gonna get blamed. I don't think either Harden or Westbrook gonna get blamed. I think they both gonna play hard and they're gonna average probably 30 a game each. They're gonna play hard. So I don't think they're gonna get blamed. I think D'Antoni, because it's time for them to get another coach in the way. So I don't think neither one of them gonna get blamed for it. So I think D'Antoni he's out of there.
He gotta go.
Yeah.
He gotta go. Too much talent on that team.
Right.
But
the sleeper team that I kind of forgot about is the Nuggets. If they healthy and they might can do some damage in the playoffs. So kind of watch out for those guys, man.
I don't want to make excuses, but the Nuggets are one of those teams to me though that they catch teams like on a back-to-back. They always have a good home record with the elevation and all that, but when it comes to the playoffs, it's a little bit different. And now at a neutral site, it's going to be even more different for them. So
it's going to be a lot harder. They don't have a home court advantage. That's for sure.
We'll see.
That's true.
And they lost to the Blazers last year. Although I love Damian Lillard.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's your boy right there.
It is.
I have a question.
He does rap pretty nice. He does rap pretty nice too.
He does. He got bars. I just don't think their team changed much from last year. And Joker is a beast, but I just feel like
I think they have changed a little bit though. I think adding the pieces, they added a couple of pieces, and I think Murray has gotten better. I think his confidence is up right now too. So as a point guard, he can make a difference, man. So I'm saying I don't think they'll win the whole thing, but that's a team you can kind of watch out for. But
how many games? You can't sleep on them.
How many games does the Suns win when they come back? They win the games.
They go 3-5 out of their last 8. They'll get a couple games.
Because they still have to play some of those bottom tier teams. So
do they? So when they do come back, do they play like? Is it gonna be multiple games at one time, or each time it's gonna be by themselves, or it's gonna be multiple teams playing at once?
Well, so I guess they have 3 stadiums. I think it is. They're gonna have 3 courts.
Okay.
And then after, they're gonna have 4 hours in between each game at a certain court.
Oh, okay.
So I think they'll tier it almost like the NBA Summer League when they'll go like back and forth, and kind of have games like one will start and then the next one start at the next building, and
then the playoffs there'll be probably 1 game at a time. Probably.
But I imagine though, I don't know. I could see like the first round of the playoffs. We have like a Saturday where we have like 4 games in a row, and then a Sunday have 4 games in a row, like an all day thing. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But I think they will try to condense it a little bit. It's supposed to end in the middle of October, and then right now the tentative start date for next season is December 1st, which is pretty crazy because it's like those teams that make it to the finals will have about 6 weeks, whereas those teams that stayed at home, like the Pistons and whatever, they're gonna have like 8 months.
But you have like 3 months off. Year. Yeah, you had 3 months off too, so
in between,
no excuses. Let's get it going.
Let's get it popping.
We waited a long time for this. Let's get it.
Right, I agree.
Nothing wrong with that.
The only thing I would say is maybe expand the rosters, give them like a couple extra roster spots next year.
Let's go. Let's get it.
No excuses.
Everybody play. You've been waiting all this time.
Yeah, we ain't got time for that. And then Kawhi, he probably won't play in the first 2 months. So
Terminator needs rest.
Yeah.
Depending on who they play for first round, he might not play the whole series. You know what I'm saying?
He'll only play like a couple of these first 8 games or something.
For sure, dog. Yeah, he's like, look, I'm gonna play when y'all get to the Lakers. Take this time off, chill with my family.
All right, so let's get it popping. I think that's it for NBA talk. Let's do a this or that real quick. Strizzy, you got anything for us?
Not for this or that? I can find one though. Let me get
Maarcus, you got into this or that?
Yeah. I think I thought about this earlier. I thought about it, but now I'm thinking this might be kind of corny. But what sport would you do? Would you rather do hockey or NASCAR?
Oh, okay.
Like those 2 sports it's not a main thing. So
right.
If you had to choose, like what would you do?
What would be the cooler one? Or what would you do? I would do NASCAR, I think, only because when I skated, I've only skated like maybe a couple times in my life. I've never even ice skated, and I'm terrible with the balance. Like it's not pretty. So I don't think I could ever see myself being a hockey player, even though hockey's pretty dope. But I would have to do NASCAR because I always like to drive fast. I've always wanted to drive fast cars. So Trevor says NASCAR. Yeah. Trevor can't skate either. I would pick because I don't know, like as a kid, I liked the movie Days of Thunder and all that. Like, I was like, I always wanted to be a driver.
Yeah, so, I bet it does. I never ice skate, but I bet it does hurt. Especially I'm tall too. That's a long way down. So
I can only imagine what gravity will do to me. So
I don't do that. But I want to ask too. Is NASCAR considered like they get athlete? Are they an athlete? Like they sit down? Like how do you?
Technically, yeah, they're athletes. That's what they're considered. If you say
you have to practice, you have to know what you're doing.
Well, not everybody can do it. But also, if you say like golf versus NASCAR, like NASCAR probably takes as much skill as
you can because you're using more emotion and stuff. You walking and you swinging and you gotta
But you gotta be in that car. You gotta you gotta shift. You gotta use your pedals. I don't know.
I always wanted to ask somebody who's like a NASCAR guy. Like, is that considered athlete?
Yeah,
I can't say you're an athlete.
Well, I just thought about this too, though. I might not be able to fit in the window of the car. I got to go through the window. So all
NASCAR they go through the door, huh? Go through the window.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, man. Okay, Trevor says I don't know if class athletes. Yeah, I don't know if they are, but they are though. I don't know.
Yeah,
Strizzy, what do you say? Is that an athlete or not an athlete?
It's funny because they say the same thing about dancers, right? Like professional
dancer's an athlete.
Yeah, exactly. But some people might differ. Some people do differ, and I kind of look at them as athletes because NASCAR is a sport and not everybody can do that job. Like everyone thinks that driving in a circle is easy, but
the reason why I say is like when you doing your thing, are you sweating? Like you break a sweat doing that?
I mean, they're in those cars. It's like
I'm not saying because it's hot in there. I'm just saying, are you really? Just think about it. A known person who's driving, you're not breaking no sweat.
But Maarcus, think about driving 200 miles per hour within like an inch of a brick wall. I mean, that's
not even just a brick wall, but
or another car that's
25 other 50 other cars. Like it's crazy.
Oh man. I don't know though. That is true because I can see where you're coming from too, where it's like an athlete uses their body to perform. They don't necessarily the driver's using the car is doing the most of the performance.
Right.
So I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of I don't know. I don't know what they would consider themselves.
Yeah.
But the concentration you have to have, you
skill,
can't have fear.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's something because like or even
I like that.
The Formula One drivers like Anthony Hamilton, like or not is it Hamilton? Yeah, he's a beast. Like those dudes are it takes a lot of special.
I like that word, especially.
You might have to say that.
Sure.
So Jamie said, I think more people could be NASCAR drivers if they had the opportunity. People could be professional. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Lewis Hamilton.
100%. You know how hard golfing is? You know how hard golfing is?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a breakdown right there. I like that.
Case closed. Case closed. Thank you, Jamie. You appreciate it. Case closed on that one.
Because everybody really has the chance to do that. It's just hard. Yeah. It's just hard. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton is who I was trying to say, though. I don't know why I said Anthony Hamilton. Who's Anthony Hamilton?
He's a singer.
Oh, okay.
Good thing you in the clip of the week. You ain't got that, so you recovered it real well.
We got you.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know, but no, that's a good way to put it because I think I could make it in NASCAR if I had the chance to get behind one of those cars. That's the hard part is the opportunity and the cost and everything like that. You know, it takes a lot to get up to that level.
Sponsorships too.
Yeah.
Who get paid more, hockey or NASCAR?
Dang, I don't know. I'd have to say NASCAR. If you're talking, let's say you're talking like top 50% or something, like because the NASCAR drivers have yachts, like they're big balling, you know.
Really?
Yeah, like well, I mean, but it's a smaller group, I should say. Like the top NASCAR drivers that have been doing it, like Jeff Gordon types and Jimmy Johnson types, they're making money. The top hockey players are making money too, but I don't know how it would spread out like the average. You know, I don't know.
Got it.
Good point. Where's Myra when you need her?
She would probably know. She got all the contracts.
I know she got all the facts. I got a quick question.
Jamie says NASCAR, I would think their cars are covered in I mean, yeah, they got a lot of sponsors.
It's commercials, everything. I remember last time I seen a hockey player have a commercial constantly. But NASCAR, they have all kind of insurance commercials.
They get better coverage, you know.
Yeah, they do.
So who's next on the list of that?
I got one real quick, and I'm curious.
Wait, Strizzy, did you even answer? Did you guys even answer? Hockey
I
or
didn't
NASCAR?
answer. I would say.
Actually, I didn't get one. Yeah,
I would say I would say hockey because I like to be physical. If I could hit somebody, so I would say definitely. I'd be the one on a skate looking for somebody else.
No stick,
no stick.
And I would ask if I could have the Jason mask too. Bring back the old school. You know, so I'll be like a goalie. I don't want to do all that running around, but you come in here, you're gonna get it.
I'd say hockey too, just because I'm the same way. Like I think with hockey, I could use more of my athletic ability doing that than NASCAR.
Because
I can ice skate fairly well actually. So I think I'd be with that.
And you can do the same thing in hockey, but in NASCAR, this thing you could die too quick. Like
it's scary.
It's
pretty serious.
I'll take losing a tooth over losing my life.
And that's the type of thing where they're like, you know, in NASCAR, it's not like if you're gonna crash. Like you can be the best driver in the world, like you're gonna crash. You know, there's gonna just be things that are gonna happen. So it's very scary.
Super.
Okay, so this or that. I had a silly one, but it wasn't even sports related. But I was just gonna ask, like, are y'all like more of like like Trevor said, or somebody's gonna crash you. Yeah, either you're gonna crash or you're gonna get crashed for sure. It's gonna happen. But yeah, no, I was gonna ask you guys go like, are y'all more of like what's your more better idea of like a vacation? Like, are you like a big city type person, or you like a go to the mountain cabin or like a recluse like beach type person? Like, are you like a getaway type person, or are you like a let's get it popping type person?
I ain't doing no cabin, no camping, none of that outdoor stuff. Give me a resort so I can, I do
Damn,
something like
Trevor with the
that.
hard questions. But
I think we did that one a couple of
we did that one, but we'll
ago.
do that one after. We'll talk about that one.
So I think for me, man, I know we always be hitting with these little like we always start asking more questions, but like for me, man, it really depends. Cause like, for example, like if I'm doing Trevor's bachelor party, we go into Bible study. Feel
Jamie's
me?
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But for real though, it's like if we're doing like a boys trip, you know what I'm saying? It's like Vegas, and we're gonna have fun, get it popping. But I also love my getaways, man. Like I said, like I went to Puerto Rico in 2015, dude, and we hit San Juan, which is the big like tourist city. But I also hit the jungle where like a lot of like people's homes are like super small, but the food is like legit, like like eating the same food but from two different people from like a restaurant chain and then from like somebody's grandma, dog, so different. Exactly, man. Bedtime by 8 p.m., 8:30 at the absolute latest.
I know the church you go to. I had a church covered, so we gonna be in church and we'll live stream it, so we know we there.
It's a sleepover at the church.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna see it live stream it and everything, so you can see us there. So we ain't lying,
We got video games, sparkling water.
Only the best popping corn.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Butter, baby. But yeah, man, it just depends like the mood. But like I love both. Like I love seeing like different cities and stuff like that for what they're popular and known for. But I also love the nice little getaways, like little beaches and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
That's a hard
I usually like going to a city. Oh, Jamie. But no, I usually like to go to a city. I usually like to go to like a sporting event, you know what I'm saying? Go to a baseball game. That's most of my travels have been stuff like that. Go to a football game. So I usually like to go to a city, go to a baseball game, go to a sporting event, be amongst their type of people, and then like walk around downtown, have some drinks, stuff like that. That's what I like to do.
But is that considered a vacation though? When I think about vacation, you're going to relax, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Going to baseball games and going, that's doing too much work. That's just going like pretty much visiting something. That's not a vacation to me. That's just me personally. When I think of vacation,
no, I get you. You think of like relaxing, like
not doing nothing. Because what you doing? What time you get home, you're gonna still be tired.
I'll be tired too.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
I do always need a day to recover from Vegas. Like so, if I go Friday through Sunday, I usually take Monday off. Yeah. Because you need that extra recovery day, like that
it really is true. That's terrible to go have a fun weekend and gotta go work on that Monday. Yeah. Never do that. Make sure if you're gonna go on a road trip, make sure you already put your Monday off. Don't come back to work because you're gonna be mad. People gonna piss you off. You're gonna have an attitude the whole day. You're gonna make it bad for everybody. So
absolutely, vacation for my vacation.
Always take that Monday off, man.
Me and Trevor have been on plenty of trips together.
I used to try at work and see. I used to try to anytime we had like a holiday and something on a weekend. I try to take that money out, but they caught on to like, Maarcus, you can't do that. It's not fair. You gotta get somebody else a shot too. Because every time we had like a Memorial Day, Labor Day, at Monday, Tuesday, I'm always taking that Tuesday. I want a full recovery from that.
Right.
So
it's true.
They
like
caught on to that.
Those Monday holidays, and then you got the barbecue in the afternoon, and you
don't feel like going to work, man.
It's like, man, you didn't get no rest. So
so I need that next day off too, man. So
you're also questioning things too. Like you go to like the family barbecue or the friend barbecue or whatever. It's like, okay, I had one beer. Like, should I get the second? I got work in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
You think about it the whole time.
You think about the entire time. Like, nah, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Hung up. Nah, take that extra day.
Yeah,
take that extra day
man.
For sure. Super Bowl Sunday,
dude.
This 100%. Is the days, and they actually made a commercial about it last year. It was like call out now, like they were basically saying like because I guess that is like the biggest call out day in every year usually.
Yeah, that should be by now. It should be a holiday, man.
I know,
right?
The Monday following should be a holiday for sure.
Yeah. So Strizzy is on you.
Well, do you want to use Trevor's or no?
I got one.
Okay.
I know we've already done the. We can touch the Marvel DC real quick, but so quick question. So, school or no school? Like,
what do you mean?
So like, okay, so
is that an option?
Finish high school, right? So take high school out of it. I guess I should say college or no college.
You already know me.
Yeah, right.
You see all these toys hanging up here. You don't see no diplomas, dog.
Like I got my diploma, right? But I'm not using it. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm currently doing right now, I'm not using it. And if I could go back in time, I would probably change some things, and I probably wouldn't even go. And like for myself, like I even look at like my kids.
Your mama gonna make you go
though. I don't know, man. Like,
you think she'll be cool with that? You gotta please moms.
That's what I'll tell you guys.
My mom got to a certain age where she got to the point where she let us be our own man and our own woman. You know what I mean? Talking about my sisters, you know what I'm saying? So when I was younger, yeah, it was all like, you know, college. But at the end of the day, like if I could go back in time and make something happen, like these other dudes say, like these Instagram like people or these YouTube stars or whatever, I'm not gonna make I look at it now, like if my daughter asked me, like if she had something really good going on, like she was making like legit money, had a career going for herself, and she was like, Dad, I don't want to go to school, I don't think I'd make her or guilt her into going. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like I'm almost like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm like, no college. It's getting too expensive anyway.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, I think also though, well, let's go in here and let's see what Trevor says. Jamie's every ounce of diploma. Most of my friends point that. No, if you're gonna go for a purpose, absolutely. If you're going just to go, pass on the debt.
Yeah. Right, and I agree with that because Jamie, she's a teacher, right?
She said with her career, she had to get a master to do it. Lots of school. That takes dedication free.
Correct, and I think anything where you're doing something where you're specializing in something, where you're specializing in kids, school, you know. Obviously, doctors, surgeons, stuff like that. Most definitely. I can't have no dude, you know, working on my knee, you know what I'm saying? Who just graduated high school, you know what I mean? That's different. But like, okay, she's a speech therapist, most definitely. Anything with the word therapist in the end needs schooling. But for real. But like, I don't know. Like, think about how many jobs that you and I have had before even I got my diploma that technically needed a degree, but you and I were like, no, we can do without, and we most definitely did so. So I don't know, man. Like
it's tough for me. I would say that I've made it so far or whatever in the 9-to-5 world without having it, but I do have to prove myself, you know, over and over. And I definitely have been blocked, and I have been told many times, well, if you had a degree, you know, this would be a lot easier on you. So, you know, I think that there is merit in having it, but at the same time, school was never really for me. And I will tell you, Maarcus, like you said about moms, you got to take care of moms. I got to be honest, I wouldn't have stuck in high school. I would have just got my GED. Like when I started working, I was like, I don't get the point no more. And part of it too is because in Arizona we had AIMS, and some people might be familiar with it, but it was like basically a test. And like my sophomore year, I think like we were like, I was one of the first grades. I think I was the first grade where it mattered. Like, and you had to pass AIMS in order to graduate high school. Well, I passed the test sophomore year. So then I started thinking to myself, being smart and being grown, like, what am I doing here? What are you going to teach me if I already made the minimum requirement to graduate? So, you know, I started working and I started realizing like, this is going to be my future. I wanted to be grown. You know, I wanted to just move on. And I wouldn't have stayed in high school if it wasn't for my mom basically telling me, like, I need to see you walk. Like, you need to get your diploma. Like, I don't want you to go get a GED or to, you know, go to some online Primavera school or whatever. So, I know I did that, and I tried the GCC thing. I met my boy Strizzy.
gang.
You know, I went for a semester, you know, and then I think it was like that second or third semester, like the first week of classes, I was like, can I get my money back still? I remember seeing on a piece of paper, they were like, if you drop out the first week, you get your money back.
And so what was the main thing why you didn't finish? You just didn't like it, or what was the
I'm not that type of, and all that? I'm not a smart type of person like that. Like I'm not a study type of person, and I never really developed good study habits. I was always hard-headed about school, but I would just do enough to get by. Yeah. You know, I had teachers. It's funny, man. I've been through crazy stuff in my life. You know, I had times where I was supposed to fail, and they were just like, "I'm not going to fail you because I know you know it." You know, I've had times where I found myself in night school. I had to go to night school, and the dude gave me a test the first day. Basically, he gave the whole class a test, basically to see where we were at, like an assessment. And I got only one question wrong on the test, and he's just like, "Why are you even in here?" And he didn't make me do anything, but I had to show up to night school for a whole semester. So I just was hard headed. I still am. School just never worked for me. You know, I'm not that type of.
But I'm gonna tell you too. I hated school. Like I hate like I still when I think about doing papers and stuff, I hated school. But I got my associate degree. I did in my field with graphics and video stuff like that. So going to school for that, it was kind of cool because we didn't have to do like essays, but we did have one like a submersive kind of thing. We had to do like a
prerequisite,
psychology thing like that. But we never did no math. So we never did anything, but we did like psychology stuff, different things, like different papers. But it was like for like one little, like a couple of months, and we were done with that. But the whole other time we had to do like actual like graphic stuff, video stuff. We had to do like what do you call that when you like not a contest, but since you do graphics and video, you got
like a fair, like a
so we do stuff like that. So it was kind of cool. So that kind of school I can do that, but I still hated school. Period. Like doing tests, I hate the word test. Like you gotta do a test. So I'm like, oh, I just even though you know it, but just the word test, it just messes you up when you gotta do a test. So
yeah,
I hate stuff like that. But I agree. I don't like school. So if my kids came to me, but you have to have some
plan, right?
Plan,
you gotta have a plan.
You can't just say I ain't going to school. I'm gonna stay on the couch all day. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Come to me with a PowerPoint presentation on why you ain't going to school.
Yeah,
but like you gotta have a plan. If your plan's legit, I'm with you. I'm gonna be right there with you.
Cause my mom and dad, they didn't go. My mom went to college a little bit, she didn't finish. But I'm the only one in my immediate family that got a degree. So just doing it kind of pushed me to do it, even though it was a social degree with no big bachelor or whatever. But it was something cool. I was the first one to do it, and I was the one that in my growing up, I wasn't the smartest. You know, I wasn't the child was gonna do that. You know, so it kind of pushed me to do it, to be the first to do it, even though I wasn't expected to do it. You know, but I went ahead because I'm dyslexic, so. I had a lot of in school. I had a lot of problems doing things, and when I was little, the teachers didn't know. They thought I was just lazy. But some things didn't mean it
just didn't make
hard. It didn't make sense, and I couldn't explain it. So it's like I got like junior high, so they did tests on me and everything. They figured out, oh, he's dyslexic. That's kind of why it didn't. So doing school, it kind of made me hate school even more because teachers like, you can do it. Why are you not doing it? I'm like,
you're like, no,
I couldn't explain like why I couldn't do it. So it just that part kind of pushed me to get a degree. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can say I have it, you know.
That's what's up, though, man.
But like I said, but school, it was just kind of hard for me, so I didn't like school at all. So
I'm with you, man. I'm one of those people too that's always like, it's not always what you know, it's who you know. Because who I know got me into a lot of really, really good places, you know, before I got that degree. So and you know, AW over here tripping. He one of the smartest dudes I know. Period.
Exactly.
So, no way.
I'm not,
man.
Very smart.
One of the smartest people
I can't do it like that. Honestly, like you know, it's weird, but no. But Maarcus, I give you much props for that, man. That's definitely something to be proud of, you know, and that's definitely something to hang your hat on because it is an accomplishment. Like I said, it does have merit to it, but for me, it just was never my thing, really. So
I feel you. Speaking of moms, real quick, I get on my mom all the time because like she has 2 associates, and I'm always like, well, why didn't you just get a bachelor's? Like that's like So I get on her all the time. Like we always
she quadruple A.
Basically, exactly.
Well, actually, it's a bachelor's though. You put them together, you know.
That's why I crack up all the time. She be like,
to me,
you know, I got
that counts.
Oh, 100%. But yeah, we you know, me and mom's got a great relationship. You know, we crack joke all the time. But I'm always like, you could have just got 1 bachelor's. So you got 2 associates. I'm like, all right, I'll rock with you. I'll go get mine. You know
I still talk. Your mom is a hot topic tonight, but. I still feel bad because she came to my church for the event we had, and I told her, I said, before you leave, let me know before you leave. I want to be able to see you. And when she texted me, I didn't look at my phone until it was over because I was running around. But when I looked at it, I asked, I said, "What are you sitting at?" But I never checked my phone again and see what she had. She was like right next to me the whole time, but I never checked my phone. I could have went right up to her and said, "How you doing?" Such. So I owe her something. I wanted to meet her because she
left her on red too.
Yeah, it was like, man. But if she see, on iPhone, you can see somebody read it or not. I didn't see the text. It was a crazy day today. But I just felt bad. Yeah. My phone was like, no, she was right there the whole time. So she seen me probably, but she just didn't, just didn't do it. So
yeah,
man. So I'm like, dang.
That's all good. No, man. We're gonna have to get some like family function together soon or something like that. Just invite everybody's families out. Once stuff calms down a little bit, man, it'll be fun though.
David said that's true too. I mean, they always say when you go to college, you meet lifetime friends too. You know what I'm saying? So you always the experience good. You meet good people. So and another thing too, I want to kind of add to that. Would you guys have done this? Would you be in a sorority? I would never have done that. I couldn't. I
don't know if I could put up with the hazing stage.
Yeah,
I can't either.
I've been fighting this for no reason, so I couldn't.
Right. Same.
Yeah.
That is one thing I meant.
I couldn't do it.
That is one thing I do kind of miss about that, or I would regret about that is like I do have a lot of friends and stuff like that lived in dorms, and my sister was lived in dorm and stuff at a time. It's like that is one thing you can't really replicate is like being that young, the age, everybody's like-minded, everybody's stepping into a new world. That is kind of a different scenario.
But I do have one question though for you, A-Dub. What if it was U of G, Georgia, you would have went to?
So there's a funny story.
I think you did it.
There's a funny story about that too, actually, because they had this thing, and I think they still have it. It might have changed a little bit through the years, but they have this thing called the Hope Scholarship, where if you graduate from a high school, like a state of Georgia high school, you can go to UGA or an in-state tuition for free, basically, as long as you keep a certain grade point average. So I think that it was funny because like maybe my sophomore year because things started falling apart for me at Greenway. Like I had some things, but at my high school, when I stopped doing sports, when I stopped doing band, things started to change a little bit when I did become more disengaged. And there was a time where I was going to move and live with my cousin Maarcus in Georgia, and I was going to establish myself out there and go to a Georgia high school, get a bank account, get my driver's license, everything out there, and finish high school there, and then try to go to the University of Georgia. So that was part of my plans. Oh, what's up?
Yeah,
Chester, Sammy, what's good?
Man? Keep calling them out because it's smartest people in the building anywhere you go.
Wow,
that's
definitely true. Coming from this dude, man. Samuel Chester, he's dope, man. We were in Cisco networking together. I think it was all the way back then. That's a real cool dude, man. Thank you for the compliment, but I don't deserve it for sure. But but yeah, man. So that was part of the plan. I was gonna try to go get the Hope Scholarship, but kind of time started running out, and my mom too. I was always a mama's boy, and she didn't want me to really go, and that would have been tough to leave her too. So so that never happened. But everything was cool. Everything worked out for me, no doubt. But I did consider going there though. At a time, I was like all in, and I might have been able to make it work there. Or I might have got kicked out because that's a tough school too. Yeah. So
I wanted, if I had a college to go to, I wanted to go to two schools. I wanted to go to Northwestern. For some reason, I just liked that school. And I wanted to go to Texas Longhorn. I wanted to be a Longhorn, but it didn't work out. But I wanted to go to if I would have went to Northwestern, I wanted to play football. I wanted to play tight end. For some reason, I just wanted to do that. But like I said, it was kind of too late. When I had a teacher who kept on pushing me. She kept on giving me pamphlets and stuff like Northwest and all this. But I was in the mind, I'm not going to that school, man. I'm good. I'm gonna graduate. I'm gonna get to graduate. I'm good. But I think I took it serious and I think she would have helped me to get in because she wanted me to take my SATs, my ACTs, all that kind of stuff. But I was like, I don't want this. Too much work and all that kind of stuff, essays, all that. But I think now, if I would have went back, I would have loved to go. I want to be a walk on too. I don't care about getting a scholarship. Be a walk on, did my thing out there. And I think it would have been cool, but it didn't happen. But that's one school I wanted to go to is Northwestern for some reason.
You remember when Texas Christian used to be good?
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
I don't know why when you start talking about Northwestern and thinking about when we
Damon Thomas, baby.
Exactly. Exactly, dude.
He had the Pfizer on. He was a monster there, dude.
Yeah, I was just thinking about how good they were.
That's who he was 2 years before me, so that's why I watched. You know what I'm saying? Because he's from Texas, I wanted to do that same thing, Yeah. So, but it just didn't, like I said, work out. But TCU, that's another school that's kind of similar colors to the black and purple, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought about them when you said Northwestern. But yeah, man, that's crazy. so long ago.
So Strizzy, what would your dream school have been like if you were gonna try to go? You know, you ever have a school like that or no?
Yeah, everybody else, put your dream school you want to go to. If you had to go to,
yeah,
so put on there. That'd be dope.
Well, for me, like for basketball, something that I definitely played a little bit in college or whatever. I would have actually had to go to North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been a huge North Carolina fan when it comes to college basketball. And one of my biggest things too, like what I would have absolutely loved to do is playing a game against Duke, man, because Duke's our biggest rival. So I'm a big Duke hater. I love Coach K, but I'm a big Duke hater just because of the rivalry. But like that would have been like one of my biggest dreams, if not playing for the squad, being able to go to one of those games. Like it's still a dream of mine to go to a North Carolina Duke game. So, but I'd rather do it when North Carolina kind of gets their foot out of there.
This year that was shocking. They were terrible.
They were horrible this year.
What do you think happened with that though?
I don't know, man. They fell apart. Even Anthony Cole.
They got him. I thought he was on bring the.
They had nothing.
He got injured really quick, but even when he came back, he still wasn't like he didn't do much. And honestly, like so he's actually coming out to the NBA this year. I think he needs another year.
Oh, he's going to the draft?
Yeah, he's going in. He needs to stay another year.
He might be going though because this year's draft is kind of on the light side. You know, we got my boy from Georgia. We got
he's a monster though.
And we got LaMelo Ball. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Trisha, did you go to the game when they won here? When they beat Gonzaga for the championship?
Nah, I wasn't able to go. I
wanted to game. It was hyped up in there, dude.
I wanted to go again so bad.
That's when they had Jackson and what's to do with the point guard? I forget his name.
Dang it!
I see him, but I can't think of his name.
My boy A1 and I went together. Sorry, Strizzy.
Yeah.
I
don't
know what happened, man. But no, I was there too. Going to the Final Four was a fun experience for sure.
Right.
Yeah, cause we went to we had got tickets. My boy from Texas, my hometown. He came. He flew down here. We went to the game together, and we went to both games. That wasn't it 2 games?
Yeah, they did the Elite 8 game and the
yeah. We went to both of those.
The Final Four game and the championship game. Yeah,
it was so hyped up in there. I was like, man, I couldn't because it's in a football arena. You don't think it'll be that hype like that. But it was cool. The whole experience, because we went early that day too to get all the stuff that's going on. Because you get a lot of free stuff too. So the whole experience, man, it was dope. It was hot, but other than that, it was pretty cool, man. I like the whole thing.
College games are dope, man. Like it's like the energy at college games is so like second to none almost. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, they get super.
You can feel it. Each point they made, you just like the intensity, man. It was just kind of crazy, man.
It's crazy, dude. It's nuts.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That's fun stories though. I think next week I want to do story time too. By the way, Maarcus, I was kind of hoping you might tell a story about maybe going to see a Perkins game or something like that. I was thinking we can bring some different stories and stuff like that would be cool.
I got a good story for that too, man. Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Trevor says if you got to choose to be UNC, mom was living in North Carolina, got a bunch of UNC stuff. Such a big rivalry with Duke and both be competitive teams would be fun. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
we gotta make that happen.
I gotta go to a football school though.
Yeah,
I would have to go to a football school, so that's why my thing would be would definitely be Georgia. I mean, that's been my thing. Jamie says I lived in Bama and people out here have no idea about college rivalries. That's real.
At the level, that's something different right there, man.
And if it goes down this year, I mean, for real, because I don't know, I might have to talk to my cousin. I haven't talked to him about it, but one of my cousins out there does have an Airbnb that he rents out on game weekends. So I'm like, we might have to have a SLAC road trip and just take that over for one weekend.
Already down. And it's funny too because it's funny because Bama's only rivalry is not Auburn. You know what I'm saying? Everybody hates them in the SEC. So anytime a team goes up against Bama, man, like it's crazy.
Jamie War Eagle, you're an Auburn fan?
No, really? I think she put laugh out loud. I don't think she really is. I think she's a Bama fan, right? I don't know. Waiting, Jamie.
She'll catch it up because it's a little there. But no, yeah, you're right though. Everybody's a bit, that's the thing. Like Georgia's kind of the same way. I hate to say it. Like it's like Georgia, Florida's the rivalry. Georgia Tech's a rivalry. Georgia, Tennessee's a rivalry. Georgia, South Carolina's a rivalry. Like everybody,
But is Alabama is not?
No,
he is. Oh, okay. But is Alabama done this year? I think. Are they
then
done?
why does she hate Cam Newton so much?
And Auburn, Georgia is another rivalry. That's Deep South's oldest rivalry right there. So I can't get down with the War Eagle. I'm sorry, Jamie.
Oh, David wrote San Diego State and Berkeley. Berkeley, that's hard to get in that school. If you get in Berkeley College of Music, you're on another level, dude. That's hard. You can't just go to that school. So that's a dream school if you're a musician or like an artist or something like that. That's a good one. That's a hard school, man. Yeah, that's dope.
And the Aztecs are pretty cool too. San Diego State's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's where Kawhi went.
Yeah.
Okay. They doing well too. Football and basketball. They doing pretty good for that.
There we go. Hey, that's what's up. Say come through Houston on your way. I got you. We're gonna get out there.
Oh, he's in Houston. I'm from Beaumont, so I'm not far from that, man. So
we're gonna get out there that way because Myra too. She's out that way. So we're gonna definitely have to. We're gonna make it happen, man. We're gonna have to have a SLAC road trip.
For real, dude.
I got the equipment. We could do portables. Would you say, Strizzy?
Also, my little nephew, he lives in McAllen, Texas, too, where Myra lives. So my little nephew lives there as well. So I want to go visit him. One of my boys who actually used to live out here, he's actually a sports analyst for a news station now in Texas, and he lives, I think, close to McAllen as well. So yeah, I'm still trying to get out to Texas, man. We got to make that trip happen for sure.
Hey, we got for real. I'm down for that. That could be our first one. I bring the equipment. We can do live. You know what I'm saying?
We'll get it popping.
I'm gonna vlog
podcast and all that kind of stuff. So we can do it.
I do need to practice my vlogging type stuff, man, because it's about to be vacation time again.
Sure. Vlogging, you gotta be consistent. That's the only thing about that, man. You can't do a couple of vlogs and then just fall off. You gotta be on it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Trevor, come through.
I'm gonna have to get the truck. I'm gonna get the big Lexus GX or something like that. Man, we just have to roll out. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go, man.
Yep.
But
let's do it.
All right, so that's all for this or that. I think we're ready for final say. I go ahead and put it up to make it official. Yep. My thing, I just want to say thank you for everybody who supported the book donations. For On the Night We Were Born. Right now, from the 3rd to the 14th, all the babies being born are getting a book in my nephew's honor. So, just want to thank everybody for that. And I think next week it'll be what's our date next week that we're on the 16th next week. Yeah. So it'll be all wrapped up next week, and I'll definitely have an announcement of like how many books we donated and all that. So thank you all for the support there. What else we got? Myra will be back next week. But shout out to Myra.
This is the first one she missed in a long time.
Yeah, no. Hopefully she should be back. I think she'll be pretty recovered well enough to get on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's right too. Best wishes too. She's I don't know if we're supposed to put that out there. She's having. What happened?
Don't say that just in case. She gonna tear out.
Best wishes though. Best wishes.
Yeah,
for everything.
Get well soon.
I guess really for me, really quick as far as final say, as always, thanks to everybody who's always.
It sounds worse than it is now. I'm sorry. I'm just saying it sounds worse than it is, but
it's just Myra. Hey, look, Myra's okay. We just don't want to put her business out there on Front Street on Black Street. She's okay. She's fine. But yeah, she'll be back for sure. She gonna pull through. She gonna make it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, you're good. But yeah, again, thanks to everybody who's been there since the beginning. Had a couple of new faces show up on the show today, so much appreciated to them.
Just thank you.
Yeah, as always, if you are following us, if you have a YouTube, if you browse YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get our hours watched up and all that fun stuff like that. So yes, I am plugging us real quick on our own show. But yeah, definitely do that. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We have a Twitter as well. It's all say like a channel_podcast, and just keep rocking with us, man. We love it. We appreciate you guys joining in. And,
you gotta rock with us, man, because you never know in a couple of years. It takes like 2-3 years for the podcast to get up there. So when we get up there, y'all stay with us.
This is already episode 41. Yeah,
but when we get there and you try to come late, we can't come.
Hey, no. Jamie's mom watching one of this last week. That's what's up.
We appreciate you.
Okay, how do you say Jamie's mom? I mean, her last name? Because I was gonna say it, but I don't want to mess it up. How do you say her last name? Chateau. Okay, shout out to Miss Chateau out there thank you for watching. Appreciate that.
We appreciate you. That's
and we should, because sometimes you get on Facebook, they give you a top fan badge. Trevor and Jamie should definitely get the top.
Oh yeah, how does that work? How do you?
I don't know. They should have it by now. We gotta look into that, but they should have it by now because they.
I'm not too good with this technology stuff, man.
We gonna figure it out.
We'll figure it out though.
Yeah. So
yeah, we appreciate you guys. But again, yeah, man, hit that subscribe button, like, comments, all that fun stuff. We love it. We enjoy it. And keep rocking with us because we stay rocking with you guys. So.
And I say give us a couple of weeks. So we're gonna do a podcast live and we're gonna do the Tiger Woods and we're gonna see who's the best. Okay. Yeah. I want the challenge from Trevor. We want that challenge. He's the golfer, but video game.
I'm gonna have to get in one practice session before we do the real thing.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna sneak over.
What we're gonna do? We're gonna do it on a projector too. We're gonna do it on a big spot. So
the wall or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I have all that set up. So just look forward to that. It's coming.
I can't wait, man. That'll be fun for sure. Trevor TKG roasting me. Oh man, I can't even get the internet. That's what I'm saying, dog. Oh man. Knock on wood or whatever. It has been a couple weeks since I went off future on you.
You did good today.
What we should do too. This might be some behind the scenes type stuff, but we should get a charity basketball game going sometime too. Do a charity basketball.
Because you're in shape. That's why you want to do that. I ain't no shape for no basketball right now.
Look, we're gonna separate the squads. There's a bunch of people that I know who play ball that we'll spread these teams out.
Give me a couple of months to get. Let me get on a look. Get my win up. Give me a couple of months, man.
I think it'd be fun. You know what
I'm saying? Because if you don't, I'm gonna do one game. That's all I'm gonna be able to do. I'm gonna be done. So,
all right, Maarcus, you be on my squad.
I was thinking about some type of a field day though. We should do like a slacker field day where we do like kickball. We could do like 3-legged race. We could do all kinds of stuff.
I still can't believe Trevor is here. I don't know why I thought he was in San Diego. That's crazy. We gotta do some things, man.
He rides, yeah.
That's crazy. I feel bad now, man.
But no reason for that. It's all good. But yeah, all right then. Well, I guess that'll be it though for right now. But we'll see you next Tuesday. I am AW.
Taco Tuesday.
Let me get the branding up. Dang it, I always forget this. All right, peace out, y'all. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time.